climb in. Nice passing downstairs. Belga rejects it.
There's going to be a foul called on Wesley Gonzalez. It looked like Sonny Salvation almost did a handstand on the sideline.
And holding on to his head is Yang Yao. And with some footnotes to the situation. Timeout taken, back in a moment. And the fans having ball here. All of us, and there was may sumasayaw pa eh. And this is, look at the escape. Enrico has played the post well tonight. Just passing the ball, scoring, and he and Wilson have connived nicely. 4 minutes ago, this has been the missing ingredient for the Burger King game tonight. Hitting some shots from the outside. Here's White. No fear at all.
That was coast to coast that time as White took the ball straight to the basket. Nobody stopped him.
Not trying to return the compliment. He does. 25 is the distance. Cabagnot with 13.
Well, it's something you don't see very often. Two guys go coast to coast through traffic to score. Nobody stopping the basketball.
Intal almost had it, angled away. Villones blows by everybody, and it will be a foul against Sandy Salvacion.
Substitution, Rich Alvarez for JC Gonzalez.
Alvarez will pull out Intal, and Intal exits to a round of applause from one flyer to another. Samboy, the Skywalker, and look at the Fast and Furious Combine. It's just a matter of time getting all these injured players back. San Miguel, of course, has been resting, but then listen to the crowd.
They're asking for Kagiwa.
Yes.
Well, if he hasn't gotten into the game yet, I don't think he's going to be coming in.
It is a major decision on the part of the coaching staff.
Well, he's probably their best player, or one of their best players, so there must be a reason why he's sitting on the bench.
Can't wait for all the teams to be complete.
You're correct.
All of them playing at full strength.
And I'm sure that's what Coach John Uchiko is thinking about. If he can just get to the quarters or to the semis, of course, he can bring back JJ and Kagiwa healthy. Same thing with Coach Tonkin Sen, who would probably like to get his full lineup back.
Wesley won't make it. Then Villanueva snares that rebound.
I think at this point of the conference, Seb, there's no team in the league that's not suffering from injury.
Yes.
Jimmy Alapag has been hurt recently. Every team has some injuries within their team.
So they're trying to get into prime positions in the quarterfinals or even the semis.
Well, the difference is some teams are fighting for their lives. So
yes.
They have to play their players whether they're hurt or not. Whereas some teams like San Miguel can afford to sit guys down because they're already qualified for the semifinals.
2:24 to go before this is all over. So again, down the road on Wednesday at the Cuneta Astrodome, it will be Barako Bull versus Coca-Cola in the first game, and at 7:30, Alaska faces Burger King.
Sonny Salvation was called for an offensive foul for kicking his leg as he shot, and I'm wondering if Alan Kaidik taught him that, because Alan used to do that a lot.
What I cannot forget about the 90s and Alan Kaidigan, he was still with great taste at that time. There was a warm-up and he asked the officials, I'll get back to the story in a moment, last 2 minutes, brought to you by Motolite Matagalan. Meantime, Cabagnot dancing, Villones, oh, this is gone, astray for Burger King. Alan K. Dick requested the officials, can we remeasure the basket, please? It was slower by about 2 inches.
And he would know. He's a shooter.
Yes. And that was at the Ultra, I remember that. In the meantime, penetration. So Alan didn't start his career right away with San Miguel.
That's correct. He actually scored a lot of points for great taste.
Yes. That doesn't work. Boy, Barangay Ginebra sending a loud message. They've got almost everybody except the Fast and Furious combination. But you know, the arrival of Intal as a definite offensive threat, sending a loud message to everybody.
Let's give credit where credit is due. Coach John Uchico, the coach of this team, has been able to keep his team together despite the fact he lost his 2 best offensive players, and at the same time he's been able to develop younger players to basically take their place.
And for Burger King, Hope Springs Eternal, they're definitely in the wild card. Matter of position now. And they still have 1 game to play. They'll end up at 5-12 after this one with still Alaska to play. So up to the end of the classification on Friday, it will be very, very interesting where everybody ends up and finishes.
I'm sure Coach Yangab would say losing Japet Aguilar at the beginning of this conference really hurt him a great deal. Japet was the first pick in the draft, and they were not able to really utilize his services.
And Wesley Gonzalez just plugs away, trying to cut this down, but it is all over as early as the start of the 4th quarter, actually. And Barangay Ginebra will take their last game of the classification with a win, a 122-104 triumph. As the coaches meet at center court. Yellow and red blend nicely there. Nakasilaw yung kulay nila. In the meantime, we're going to have a cheeky chat with our best player of the game. I don't think there's much of a doubt as to who this player is going to be.
Cyrus Baguio played a good game in this game today, but it was really JC Intal that really stepped up for the 4th straight game for this Ginebra team and gave the team a big lift.
Yes, and Chicky is going to talk with a rocket.
Thank you, Sev. Yes, with me right now is the Rocket of Ginebra, JC Intal, our best player of the game. JC, first 14 games of this conference, your numbers were not that impressive, but the last 3 games of Ginebra, ang ganda ng numero mo. Tell me, what made you come out of your shell and perform this well?
Yun nga, I just want to take the opportunity na yung binibigay sa akin ni coach, mga coaching staff. And of course, wala pa sila Mark, sila JJ, so hiningi sa amin ni coach na just to play hard every game.
You're done with your classification round games and you'll just be waiting for the last 2 games of Alaska. Now, what preparations will Ginebra make para hindi kayo kalawangin?
I guess we have to stay in shape, and I think we have a day break tomorrow, so back to practice on Tuesday. So there.
Thanks, Jason. Congratulations. We'll take a short break. When we return, we will wrap up this game for you.
What a play!
Okay, we are done with this game, and it will now push Barangay Ginebra to where they are right now at 12-6, and that's our final score, 122-104. Look at the games, Coach, on Wednesday. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Barako Bull versus Coca-Cola in game number 1. This will be at the Caneta Astrodome. In game number 2, Alaska Aces versus Burger King.
Thank you for joining us, Coach Norman Black, and we'd like to thank Lee as well as Chicky Reyes for joining us. On behalf of the entire team and our director, Rafa Manager, this has been Sev Sarmenta. Big win by Barangay Ginebra. They'll finish with a knock on the door. They had a chance to hopefully make it automatically, but it's not in their hands. We'll see you then for the completion of the classification of the KFC PBA Philippine Cup in the week ahead.